All right, guys, welcome back to another Master and Apprentice video and podcast. As you guys can tell from the title, this is another What Is series. Um, the Gauntlet Fighter. So this is a ship that we've seen multiple times through Star Wars, more specifically through quite a few different shows that they've had. And today we're going to just kind of explain the history and the details of this ship. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The Gauntlet Fighter, or more or less the Komoric, KOM apostrophe RK class fighter slash transport. It's very similar to the Fang Fighter in shape, but it is a fighter slash transport. So it seats up to 24 troops, and it's got some pretty good guns on it, but it's also much bigger than the Fang Fighter. The Fang Fighter is one person, maybe two people. I can't remember for sure, but it's not a transport ship. The manufacturer is Mandal Motors. This is probably a Mandalorian manufacturer, if I had to guess. Mandal, but I've never heard of them besides this. It is a primary hull flanked with two large pivoting wings that can rotate 360 degrees around the hull and contains the craft's drives. The wings are on a collared mount which can rotate independently from the hull, offering the ship remarkable maneuverability, especially for the size of this. So that's another big one of this. It's a big transport ship, close to, let's say, a Corellian, where it can hold a lot of people, but it's very good for maneuverability. Not necessarily speed per se, which it is, but it's very, because of those wings, how maneuverable they are. It can get through tight spaces very well, as we see in the Mandalorian show recently. It's very like the TIE Interceptor is a challenge for that, and TIE Interceptor is its strength is its maneuverability and speed. It carries two forward lasers on the front of the hull and two on the rearward facing cannons on its flank. And then it does have heat-seeking missiles as well. And then the first time we see the Gauntlet is actually in Season 2, Episode 12 of the Clone Wars. This is, in the Mandalorian arc. We see the Mandalorian return through the Clone Wars multiple times. We also see it later used by Maul and his group of Mandalorians, the Mandalorians. We see it in the Rebel series used by all kinds of different Mandalorian people, including some of the Rebels. And then we also see it used by Bo-Katan in the Mandalorian and then her group of Mandalorians. So it's definitely a Mandalorian ship. Usually when people refer to it, they say the Mandalorian Gauntlet. It's, like I said, very maneuverable, but it's transport. Like it's a big. The Fang Fighter is great. It's got the same maneuverability, but imagine that. But you can carry 24 troops. So the Gauntlet is just the more superior ship, and it has a great hyperdrive, great shield system. So it's just a good ship altogether. It's why it's one of the more popular Mandalorian ships, especially in times of war. We see it multiple times played out. It will be interesting to see. We will see the Fang Fighter return in the finale of Mandalorian. So it'll be interesting to see the Fang Fighter and the Gauntlet kind of compared next to each other on screen, because we never really get too great of a picture of how they compare to each other. It was good to see it return to Mandalorian. That's kind of why we are doing today's video. Is the finale is coming up for Mandalorian. We've seen it multiple times returned in the Mandalorian. It's an important ship just to the Mandalorian culture. So it'll be interesting to see just how it's played out with it in the Mandalorian. It's a great ship. Let me know what you guys think about it. Maybe there's anything I missed. Let me know down in the comments. And with that, we hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like it if you're on podcast, follow and download. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.